Hello student. Today the next topic is the paper first, that is taxonomy. Basically this taxonomy is important for their the classification of the species and the animals, and these species and the animals which are important for their study of the identification and their morphological characters. On the basis of this, the animal can be taxonomically studied with their species and classification level. So the first paper of this semester 6, that is coordinate classifications, all the animals having a classification and their study. So the question will be arise in the mind of their students. So why classify these species or animals? Because this is one of the important for their biologists want to better understand organisms, so they organize them. If you don't have any knowledge on the basis of their taxonomy and classification, we cannot understand their organism, whether it is a plant, animals, or it is any flower animal, flowers, or whether it is a poisonous, non-poisonous animals. So that taxonomy, it must be important for their identification. And there is a important tools is there to use the classification and the grouping of objects or information based on similarities. The taxonomy is the branch of biology that groups and names organisms based on studies of their different characteristics. And these biologists who study taxonomy are called the taxonomist. The keeping track of the species, the Greek philosopher Aristotle, who is discovered in 384 to 322 in BC, it is developed the first widely accepted system of the biological classification. Without classification and taxonomic study, we cannot go for the further study of their organisms. He classified all the organisms into two groups, that is a plants and animals, and greater than 1 million species named, up to 15 millions more. The taxonomy is not new, but it is a culture have been naming plants and animals around them for the 1000s of years. And when we are going to see this theoretical as well as the practical, to have a names of their animals, which one is a very easier, and watch out there bear behind that rock, or there is a large furry 4-legged creature with long claws, a big mouth set in a short stout nozzle attached to a round head containing small eyes and short triangular ears behind that rock. What is the largest wild-fielded cat in the United States? So you know very well. So on the basis of this taxonomy, we have to identify their habitats and regional population of their animals. So the mountain lion, cougar, panther, panther, puma, catamount, which are found in the largest wildlife animals. So all of the above, puma concolor, you know very well, they are found in a specific area. And so that on the basis of this system for the classification is the Carolus Linnaeus, who is discovered in the 17 to 1778, a Swedish naturalist who is work on their classification. And it divides a two-part naming system known as the binomial nomenclature. So the binomial nomenclature, it is standard two-part systems for naming things. In this system, the first word identifies the genus of the organism. A genus, the genera plural, consists of a group of similar species. The second word, which sometimes describes a characteristics of the organisms, is called the specific epithet. Lineage described and named greater than 6,000 animals and greater than 4,000 plants using the Latin word for the scientific name, and the scientific name does not replace but instead further define the common name. Scientifically, the common names and the taxonomists are required to use Latin because the language is not longer used in conversation and therefore does not change. The scientific name should be utilized in print and underlined when the handwritten. The first letter of the genus name is the uppercase, but the first letter of the specific epithet is a lowercase. So this scientific name, it should be right in a Latin words, in Italian words, so that we can identify these animals which are the scientifically identify the scientist. Even though the genus and the species are true, sometimes more is needed and varieties are splits of species. Example, the peaches and the nectarines are both from a peach tree, and subspecies are variations of species that occur in a different regions. As scientists, they are discovered in a first the Didelphis virginialis. It is one of the two worms from Virginia species, and this species having a wood hair of Florida. They are found in a regionally, and he discovered by this Lepus Townsend, discovered by this Townsend in their particular area. So when this taxonomic study and the identification and their classification, so there is a one important is the modern classification expanded on the Linnaeus work. Today the taxonomists try to identify the underlying evolutionary relationships of organisms and use the information gathered as a basis for their classification. So in the study of this zoology, we are aware of this classification and taxonomic study because without taxonomy the animals cannot be identified, so we cannot go for the study purpose. So how living things are classified? So it is depend upon their the habit, the habitat, so the organism can be categorized. So if the organisms are ranked in taxa that range from the living broad characteristics to very species specific ones, and the broader of taxon, the more general its character and the more species it contains. So you can see this one by one the taxonomy hierarchy, how it classified the kingdom, phylum, that is phylum is the how they are play, class, cards, order, on, family, fine, genus, green, and species, epithet, species, that is so fast. So this is the main classification and the taxonomic study of the hierarchy. Now you can see this taxonomic rankings. It is one of the smallest taxon species and the organism that look alike and successfully interbreed belongs to the same species. And the next largest taxon is a genus, a group of similar species that have similar features and are closely related. So if you are going to the complete taxonomic study of their organisms. So you can compare this appearance of a Lynx or Lynx rufus, that is bobcat, Lynx canadensis, and a mountain lion, Panthera concolor. So accordingly we have to keep these animals in their particular uh, organisms. So this is one of the important for the goals of the taxonomic study. So if you don't have any type of the goals, we cannot complete this classification and their taxonomy. So it is one of the place organisms into logical categories. So there is important one logic. So how this animal they are categorized in particular morphological characters. The system must be capable of being used for information retrieval. So anyone can properly identify any organisms, place organisms into categories, and that shows the ancestor descendant of the relationships. So you can see this taxonomic hierarchy, the animal kingdom Animalia, phylum Chordata, class Mammalia, order Carnivora, family Canidia, genus Canis, and species the familiarities. So this is the one species of the classification. That species name is the Canis familiaris. See the phylogenetic classification models. The evolutionary history of a species is called the phylogeny. So the history of this phylogeny, evolutionary, is important, and a classification system that shows the evolutionary history of species is a phylogenetic classification and reveals the evolutionary relationship of the species. One biological system of classifications that is a based on the phylogeny is cladistics, and the scientists who use cladistics assume that as a group of organisms diverge and evolve from a common ancestral group. So there are mainly 6 kingdom systems, and this Archaebacteria, you can see it is one of the eukaryotic and unicellular animals. Then the kingdom Eubacteria is a prokaryotic cells. Then the Protista kingdom, it is a multicellular and eukaryotic cells. And then fungi, the fungi is also the both are they having a fungi, and this is a unicellular or multicellular eukaryotic heterotrophic cell wall made within the chitin and reproduces asexually. That is 1 lakh species including the toad, stools, mushroom, pub walls, rust or smote, etc. Then kingdom Planta. So the Planta is one of the multicellular eukaryotic autotrophic, can produce the both ways. The cell walls made of cellulose. All but a few are land dwellers, 350,000 species which are come under the kingdom Planta, and it including the mosses, ferns, conifers, the flower plants. So the kingdom Animalia, when you see this important words there, the multicellular, this animal is a multicellular, eukaryotic, heterotrophic, no cell walls, reproduces, then reproduces sexually by meiosis. All animals have some type of the symmetry. So this is one of the topics which are taxonomically important in their study, and this taxonomy study is naturally we know the students and how to identify their particular area. So this is about the taxonomy, and the main principle of the principles of the taxonomy is It is one of the modern system of classification animals kingdom from the evolution point of view, and the student must have apprehend the basis of the classification and the modern classification up to the class of the lower invertebrates animal. If you are going to see this R.L. Kotpal and C.B.L. Srivastava, it is a good books for this study of the classification and the taxonomy. But this is one of the important for the study purpose, and you know very well this is one of the numerous animals on the earth. So that this is about the taxonomy and their classification.